Hey everybody, we are working on our advanced level day 5 class here. And I have one thing to show you called a donkey kick. If you don't want to practice the donkey kick, I'm going to give you an option for it. Let me tuck in my shirt here. So you can, if you'd like, you can practice a dynamic 3-leg dog. We did this in one of our other classes. And that can be your option for the donkey kick. Let me tuck this in. So for the donkey kicks, both your feet are going to leave the ground at the same time. You don't have to jump really high. You'll be in your down dog. And you can just jump your feet a tiny bit like that and just kind of see how it feels to let your feet leave the ground. Or you can press into your hands and really kick up. But when you land, you're going to land lightly. So don't try to land with straight legs. Keep your knees bent the whole time. And you're just kicking your heels towards your hips. Okay? So that's going to be built into our sun salutation. And it really gets the heart rate up. It helps to warm the shoulders and wrists. Again, you can modify that if you want to and leave it out. So I'm sure you're in a room, so you're going to come to a wall to start. And you'll just separate your feet about a little wider than hip width. Put your hips on the wall and walk your feet about 6 inches, heels about 6 inches away from the wall. When you breathe out, tuck your chin and round your way down. When you breathe in, round your way back up. And you'll have your shoulders come all the way to the wall. Yeah. Breathe out. And breathe in. And we'll do that 3 more times. See how I'm rolling the shoulders, tucking the chin? You want to do that. Breathe out. You're keeping your knees soft. Your whole foot is pressing the floor. One more time. Down. And then up. Good. Let's step up to the front edge of the mat. Actually, I think I'm going to scoot my mat back a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be better. All right. You're going to come up to the front edge of your mat. Bring your feet, if you can, bring your feet together so the inside edges of your feet touch. And breathe out with your hands at heart center. Good. On the inhale, stretch your arms up and sit to fierce. Breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, lunge back with your right foot. Exhale, step to downward facing dog. We're going to try 3 really teeny tiny donkey kicks this first time. So draw the belly in, keep your shoulders firm. Let's just go 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, lunge forward with your right foot. Exhale, step forward with your left foot. Inhale, sit to fierce, palms together up here. And then exhale, thumbs to heart center. So we're going to try it again. Breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Inhale, left foot lunges. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 donkey kicks, maybe a little higher this time. 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, lunge your left foot forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Fierce pose, sitting back, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that one more time on each side. Inhale, fierce. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot lunges. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Donkey kicks. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Right foot lunges. Left foot lunges, fold. Sit to fierce, breathe in. Mountain pose, breathe out. Fierce pose, breathe in. And fold, breathe out. Left foot lunges back. Exhale, step to downward facing dog. One more time, we'll do those donkey kicks. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Left foot lunges, breathe in. And right foot steps forward, breathe out. Fierce pose, breathe in. And hands to heart center, breathe out. Good. So pause for a minute just to notice that your heart's beating. Those donkey kicks will elevate your heart rate. Yeah, breathe through your nose. Now we're going to try balancing segment, putting different things together. So we're going to try dancer. Stand strong in your left leg and reach back for the instep with your palm facing up. Reach back for the instep of your right foot. Good. So you're pulling the rib cage in. Lift your left arm on the in-breath. And then just start to kick your foot back into your hands. You're reaching forward with your left fingers. You're kicking your right foot back. So your knee can be low. You can push into your foot. Whoops, lost my balance. I don't think I'm going to be able to look at you and do this. Or you can push into your foot and lift just a little higher. Good. Focusing, breathing. But we'll take this to warrior 3. Keep your arms extended in front of you. And interlace all but your pointers and thumbs out here. Good. Pulling the belly up, keeping your legs strong. Arms right by your ears. And then breathe out and take your fingertips to the floor and step back into a high lunge. Good. But when you breathe in, you're going to try to bring your knee to your chest. So push through that left foot, knee to chest. And when you breathe out, you'll step back into your lunge. Good. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, back to your lunge. One more time. And stand in both feet. Good. Whew, my balance was really off. Hopefully yours is better. So we're going to switch to the right leg now and open the left palm. Reach back and hold the inside of your foot. Knees together. Start reaching forward with your right hand, kicking your left foot back into your hand. That's it. Stretching up through the front body, through the fingers and toes. And you're arching your back and try and get your left knee behind your hip. And let's take this out into warrior 3. A modification for the warrior 3, if you don't want your arms extended in front of you, is to keep your hands here on your hips. So either way, here or here. Back leg so strong. And then lightly touch down into your lunge, fingertips to the floor, toes to the floor. Breathe out, bring your knee to your chest. And Breathe in, let's step it back. Good. Back and forth. Strong right hip. And one more, knee up, knee up, yeah, good. Stand in both feet. Nice, feet side by side. I'm just gonna step up here to the front of the mat again. Breathe out. Breathe in, sit to fierce, knees squeeze. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot lunges. Exhale, step back into your downward facing dog. 3 donkey kicks. Breathe. Good. 3, 2, 1. And then lunge your right foot forward and stay in your lunge, back heel lifted. Bring your arms back like wings. And just let your breath flow here. 3 more. 2, shoulders unshrugged. I'll take your hands to the floor. And as you breathe out, you're going to flex your toes back. And as you breathe in, you're going to drop your knee and come up into your fingertips and arch. And here, it's okay if your knee goes a little beyond your toes. Breathe out and breathe in. Good. Breathe out and breathe in. One more time, let's breathe out. Good. And now put your front foot on the floor. Walk your your hands back so you're making like a triangle. Your front foot is the top of the triangle, and then your fingertips are the back side of the triangle. Pull your nose down towards your knee. You could have your front knee bent some if you'd like. Keep stretching the top of your head down towards your toes. And now walk your hands back forward, bend your knees, spin your back heel flat. This is a variation of Warrior One, so your arms are going to come up overhead. Then you'll start to arch your back, bring your elbows down. So you're stretching your fingertips back toward the wall behind you, keeping your front knee bent and your eyes lifted. This is called Exalted Warrior. Then breathe out. Inhale, your arms stretch up. Now rotate your hips and your shoulders until you're in Warrior Two. And I usually walk my back leg back just a little bit. Warrior Two, strong and steady. Inhale, turn your right palm to face up and windmill back. On the exhale, bring your forearm to your thigh, top arm reaching. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Nice and steady, flowy upper body. We'll go back one more. On the exhale, take your hands to the floor. Lift your back heel and step forward with your back foot. Feet are together. Inhale, sit to your fierce pose. And then exhale, stand up, hands at heart center. We're going to do that on the other side. Extend as you sit to fierce, breathe in. Hug to the center, fold. Inhale, left foot lunges. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember your option here. Let's do donkey kicks or let's lift 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to lunge that left foot forward this time. Good. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. And let's bring the arms out like wings. Strong, steady breath, strong legs. Scissor your inner thighs toward each other. And now breathe out and bring your fingertips to the floor. Well, I might scoop my back foot back a little bit more. You don't have to. When you exhale, you're going to flex your toes up. Curl your knee to your nose. And then inhale, drop your knee, lift. Fingertips, good. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. This is really good for your hips, just a little seesaw motion. Let's go one more time. And now straighten your leg. Good. Lift your toes. Option to lift the toes. You could also keep your toes down like this. Walk your fingertips back, creating that same triangle. Press into your fingers. Keep your back leg strong. Your shoulder blades are coming apart here. You're creating a hollow feeling in your chest. You're trying to pin your heart in towards your spine. Walk your fingers forward, bend your knee, and turn your back heel flat. Inhale the arms up, warrior 1. And then bend your elbows. Yeah, start to feel, you can feel the outside edge of the back foot. You're lengthening up from there. You want to feel this openness through the front of the hip. And then your torso twists a little bit to the left. Good. Curl as much or as little as you'd like to here. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, let's rotate this to warrior 2. So check your alignment, heels lined up, arms extend. Breathe in and turn your left palm to face up. We'll start windmilling back and forth. Good. Arms can be really flowy here. And let's go one more time. In and windmill your hands down. Lift your back heel, step your back foot forward. Sit to your fierce pose on the in-breath. And then bring your hands to heart center on the out-breath. So we'll practice, I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to practice our fierce pose with the hands at heart center with a twist. Okay? So bend your knees. Twist to your right. Bring your elbow to the outside of your knee. Your knees are going to stay touching, squeezing in. A common thing that I see here is for people to let the one knee move forward of the opposite knee. So make sure you're tugging that left hip back. Good. Building strength here. One more deep breath. If you want to break, hang in a forward fold before you come to the other side, just like this, hang. If you want to keep building heat, Stay in your fierce pose. So if you're forward folding now, go ahead, come back up into fierce. And let's sit way back and twist to the opposite side. You're welcome to look up, or you can look down. Either way, when I'm looking down, my neck is doing a little less work like mine is now. And when I'm looking up, there's more. So you choose. Knees behind your toes. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hang in there, hang steady. Let's all try fierce for 5 breaths. Good. You can do this. 2 more breaths. And 1. Stand up, shake it out a little bit. Good. And we're going to come sitting on the floor. So you're going to stretch your legs out in front of you. And the first part of what we're doing today is from the Ashtanga primary series, if you know that. So flex your toes back. You're coming into staff pose. Top of the head reaching. Shoulders back, legs strong. And I usually try to push the backs of my knees down toward the mat. Good. We'll fold forward. Walk your hands down your legs as much as you want to go. Just like any pose, there are different depths and different sensations coming up, and you're just going to choose what feels right in your body. If you want to fold deeper, you can. I'll stay right here today with anybody who's feeling like the hamstrings are just tight or a little worn out. Good. And try to lift. Whenever you're practicing a forward fold, the discs in the low back can get a little crunchy. So you want to always lift from the low back, lift from the sacrum and tilt. Okay. Now let's walk our way back up for reverse plank. Modification for reverse plank is table. You guys already know that, so we're going to roll the shoulders back and down. We're going to try to give this about a 10 breath. A 10 breath salute. How about that? Breathe out and breathe in. Let's lift up. So if your hips are like this a little bit, your toes are stretching toward the floor, don't do too much with your toes because you'll get cramps. Look, the movement of getting your toes to the floor comes here in the shoulders. Watch my shoulders. The shoulders open. Then the toes might come down. So we're going to go 10. Good. You just keep breathing. I'm keeping track. All you have to do is put in some effort and breathe. Good. Your arms are so strong. Two more. Last breath. See if the hips want to come any amount higher. And then slowly release. Good. This next pose is head to knee pose. You're going to be bending your right foot in to press your thigh. Then you'll rotate your torso to face your long leg. And walk your hands down to frame. And just like any pose, you could be about here, but I am going to give an option for people who want to try to deepen the shape. Take your right hand over to hold the outside edge of your left foot. Lift and rotate toward the long leg, and then drop your right ear down toward your left knee. And I usually have this left hand just pressing the floor by my hip. Active left leg, long, pulling with your hand if you're doing that. Now let's walk it back up and switch sides. Right leg extended, left leg drawn in, sit up tall. Twisting toward the long leg. If you want to just frame the shin, you can. If you want to reach out and hold, you can. You'll twist and bring your ear down towards your knee. And 5. Breathe it out. And then inhale. Walk it up really gently here. And you'll stretch both legs out again. This is a twist. But you're keeping your left leg long. So you'll pull your right foot in. And then step your right foot over to the outside of your left thigh. Again, you don't want to be rounding your back, so sit up tall. And let's rotate. You can hold your knee, or you can bring your elbow to the outside of your knee. Turn your head and let's look out of the right corners of the eyes. And practice breathing into this left lung. It doesn't have as much space right now as the right lung does. You're just doing your best. And now inhale, come back to the center. Stretch your right leg out. And let's bring the left foot in and step it over. So we're doing the same twist. Lift and rotate. This is an option. This is an option. Keep sending your left shoulder back in space. And then slowly come back to the center. So you want to unwind gently. There you go. There you go. All right, stretch out your legs. If you want to build heat in your legs, you can come with me through a flow. Otherwise, you can stay right here, okay? You don't have to join us, but if you feel like you want to build some heat, let's cross the legs, step back into down dog, and we'll do those donkey kicks again. So pressing into the hands, you'll lift the hips, 3, 2, and 1. Good, stretch out. Stretching your arms, stretching your spine, stretching your legs. And now you can jump back through to a seat if you'd like, or you can come down to your knees and have a seat. Either way. So we're going to come back through. Good. And I'll show you this next one from the back and the side. This is a bound pose, and it works to open the shoulders after all those donkey kicks. Your left leg is going to be long, and your right foot steps in, but you've got a little bit of space between your foot and your inner thigh there. It's about a fist distance of space. Good. Now you're going to lean forward out beyond your knee and get your armpit around the front of your knee. Some of us are going to want to just keep the fingers here on the floor and work the body open that way. Another option for you is to bring your arm all the way around and create a bind. You'll be reaching behind your back, and you can clasp with palms open like this. And if your shoulders are really open, you can reach and hold your wrist. It usually takes me a little bit of time to get my wrist. Good. Then once you've got hold of your wrist, start to fold forward. I'll turn back to the side and show you this. Start to fold forward so that your nose is coming down toward your knee. A nice shoulder opener, back opener. Gently unwind and stretch your right leg out. Bring your left foot in. We'll be doing the same thing now on the other side. So pull your foot in close. Put about a fist distance of space between your foot and your inner thigh. Reach around this leg. Again, you're choosing. If you're going to bind this pose and you're holding one of your wrists, this arm that's reaching around is the holding arm. It's going to come around and hold the other wrist like that. Okay? So the arm that's bound on the knee is the hand that's holding. Yes. And then start folding forward. Or not. Like you might come here, you might think this is about all that I want to do. In which case you could just be looking at your knee instead of sending your nose toward it. So right about here. And if you're folding, you are hinging from the hip, but you're pulling back on that knee to bring your nose down. Finish your next breath out. And let's unwind. Good. Slowly unwinding. Now bring the soles of your feet together. Bring your heels in towards your hips. You can bring your hips toward your heels, whichever works better for you. And then hold onto your feet or your ankles. And start to lift your front body and fold. Again, you're coming from the sacrum for this one, tilting up as you lean forward. There are a lot of different variations of this pose, but in the one that we're going to practice today, just try bringing your nose out beyond your toes. Like with all these poses, and I say this a lot, something about it should feel easy, even in the poses where there's a lot of effort. So we don't want to stretch into this shape to the point that we feel like we're doing more than we should. We're just exploring. And usually while you're here, the pose is going to change some. For me, this pose takes me a breath or two to feel comfortable in. And then I usually want to deepen the pose. But some people come here, they're already uncomfortable, and instead of getting better, it's feeling worse, and they might want to lessen the pose. So I want you to do what feels right to you, okay? Using some tummy strength here. Now let's come back up slowly. Good. So we're going to bring the knees together. And the wall that we started on is where we're going to finish today in a pose called legs up the wall. So what you're going to do to get into this pose is come to your wall space and sit sideways to your wall space like I am. Then when you lie down, you're going to give a little quarter turn up and your legs will go up the wall. There you go. This is very restful. Your feet aren't flexed or pointed, they're just relaxing there. And your palms are open by your sides or resting on your belly or over your head. Just do what feels good to you. We'll stay in this shape for a few minutes. But just relax into the depth of each breath. We're still here. It takes some of us more discipline to relax and stay in one of our restful poses than it does to stay in one of the more effortful poses. So if you're finding it hard to stay here, tune back into your breath and remember you need this. So we're going to stay at the wall. Walk your feet down the wall about halfway. And then walk your feet over to the right. Stretch your arms out at shoulder height. This should feel easy in your body. We're not doing anything big. And now walk back through the center and to the other side. Stay on your side and then roll over so you're resting here. Now push yourself up to a seat. And let's bring the hands to heart center. Breathe out. And then just open your arms out at shoulder height, palms facing up. Breathe in. And bring your hands back to heart center. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.